41 and I'm single. Not really single, just alone. But I have 2 children, and that's the only thing I'm comfortable with in life anymore. I know how to take care of a couple of kids.
I don't like French toast.
Oh, sorry, that's what we're having.
Mommy doesn't make us French toast.
I go to my daughter's school to volunteer sometimes. My daughter goes to a public school. And I volunteer not because I'm a good person, but because you have to. Because nobody works there. There's just nobody there. You go in this school like thousands of kids, and you go, where is any grown-up right now? And I usually go for lunch and recess. That's when they really need grown-ups, is for lunch to volunteer in the cafeteria, because they have 300 kids eating, and they have one Jamaican lady watching all of them. It doesn't matter that she's Jamaican, but it totally does, because there's nobody who can be mean to 300 children just in the way that the Jamaican lady, and it's not her fault, she's outnumbered. 300 kids to 1, Gandhi would be like, shut up! So my job as a volunteer is to stand there, usually near my daughter, so I can be with her, and then kids raise their hand, and you need to go and help them. Now, usually they need help opening a milk, because they can't open their milks. They can't do it, because it's 2009, and we still put milk in this little paper box. Put it in a bottle. I don't know why we're doing it. It's torture. We put it in this envelope that was invented by some Dutch in 1773. And they can't do it. They can't open it. It's too subtle an idea, a design for a 7-year-old to peel back the paper and then gather it forward into a spout shape. And the glue is vicious, so they have to pick at the corner and try to get it. And they end up drinking out of this finger filth disease spout. So they can't do it, so they raise their hand, and I do it for them. I'm not better at it. I deal with the stress better than they do. I don't cry like a little bitch because I can't open my milk. I'm a man.
Where do you want to go?
What?
You want to go somewhere. Where do you want to go?
What is this, a cab? We're at the Bronx Botanical Gardens. We're going to the Bronx Botanical Gardens.
Okay, how do you get there?
What?
How do we get?
I was going to talk about Boston, and here's the thing. They have this whole gay marriage thing in Massachusetts, and they're fighting it in the courts, and I don't understand the argument against it legally. Like, I know what their problem is, but how do they argue it in court? You know, like, I can imagine when they get to the Supreme Court and the lawyers for the gay side are like, well, Your Honor, we pay taxes. There's nothing illegal about what we do. We're the same as anyone else. Why shouldn't we get the same protection under the law that heterosexuals get? And then they ask the other lawyer, and he says, Your Honor, they fucking quit! They fucking quit! That's it, isn't it? Isn't that the whole... Well, okay, counselor, but I don't see what that has to... What, are you fucking faggot? Your Honor, you're gonna get a fucking beating. Faggot! Isn't that the whole argument? Or that argument that the soccer moms, how am I going to explain that to my kid? I don't like explaining things to my kid. I don't like talking to him. So you should stop your whole lifestyle. So that I don't have to talk to my kid, you should stop being in love with each other, because, how am I going to, you know what, fuck you, stop it. It's just weird. But, fuck, what was I going to say about that? Oh, yeah, like, I don't know. I never understood anger towards gay people because it doesn't affect it's actually the one thing that people can do, sex, that doesn't affect you at all. Nobody's being gay at you. Like you walk in a room full of gay people and, oh, Jesus! Oh, gay! I mean... Where do you come in? That you've got a good... Like, I can understand if you're mowing your lawn and 2 guys are blowing each other on their grass, like in the middle of your lawn, you're like, come on, you faggots! Gotta cut around you every morning, it's bullshit! Fucking lawn is all uneven. Or if you're eating your breakfast and you're about to put your spoon in the cereal bowl and two guys touch dicks in front of yours. Hey, come on! I gotta go to work. I don't have time to dodge your dicks with my spoon. Outrageous behavior. Jesus didn't die on a cross so you could touch your dicks together in front of my cereal spoon. I'm sure that's not why. I mean, I wasn't there, but I assume that's not why. Couldn't possibly have been on his list. Anyway. Is that even a gay act, the touching of the two penises? I think that's what I pictured when I was a kid. That's what sex is between guys is just very formal, just. Thank you. Well done. Well played. Right on target. I don't think that's even gay. That's just friendly. Hey, Bill, how you doing? Let's see it. How you doing? Tip of your dick feels nice against the tip of my dick. I know, right?
Needs dating advice. What the fuck would I know about dating? Tony from Arkansas. What's up, man?
What's up, Louis? Man, yeah. I'm 29 years old, pretty good-looking guy.
Yeah, says you.
Live in a college town.
Yes.
I fuck these, like, average skanks whenever I just kind of meet up with them through mutual friends or whatever, but whenever I'm at the, like, the coolest bars and stuff, and there's, like, 8.5, 9s walking around, ass everywhere, I just can't talk to them. How can I get over the hump? I know you're a shapeless, out of shape faggot, but...
Yep, and I don't, I never was good at that, but, I don't know, there's something about the fact that you look at the women that you fuck as skanks, and then there's these women that are beyond your reach for you. There's something weird about that. It's all in your head, you know. Like, if you just thought of yourself differently, you'd be able to go up to one of those women and say, listen, I got 10 minutes to fuck you, come out to my car. And she'd fuck you. But, what is it about 8.5s and 9s? Why do guys feel like they gotta fuck women with rock hard asses? Do you enjoy the skanks, quote unquote, that you fuck? Is that enjoyable?
Yeah, but it's not something that I would want to take around with me. You know, I'm like a girlfriend type.
So you want a girl you can kind of show off and stuff?
Yeah.
Try.
But they don't have to be a 9. But I'm just saying that's just an example of like how can I get?
Where do you go? You're going to bars in Arkansas and trying to meet women, right?
Yeah.
Go to the library and find a girl and start talking to her. If you're at a bar, you know, imagine this for a second. Try to put yourself in the shoes of a 9.5 or 8 or whatever you call these women. Like, imagine being a hot girl at a bar. How fucking weird is she? Like, what is her life? She puts on some, like, sexy clothes, she works out to keep her body fit, and then she, like, hangs around a bar and hopes some guy will talk to her? I mean, what kind of a fucked up, weird existence is that shit? I mean, what do you do? What do you do? You work?
Yeah.
What is your job?
I own a landscape company.
Yeah, so you own a company. You are an owner of a company, right? You are a guy with an identity. You're looking at women that, like, she's some fucking woman, a hot chick at a bar. Who the fuck would want to be that? Who would want to talk to that? You know what you should do is find a woman that owns a company like you, and you guys will fucking connect like a motherfucker. Like, go find...
Okay, well, stay at the library. Stay at the library. It doesn't have to be at a bar. Stay at the library. I'm a faggot when it comes to just coming up to girls.
Well, that's because, again, what would you have in common with some chick at a bar that hopes some guy will maybe fuck her, take her around in his Camaro, or whatever people are driving now? I'm too old.
Yeah.
Just why? What would you have to say to that girl? Hey, you're hot. You want to suck my dick? Like, what would you have to say? Don't put her on a pedestal. Fucking some chick at a bar with a hot ass. What is interesting about that? But if you found a girl who looks pretty damn good, who does something like what you do, who's like a person with an identity, who has like a company or whatever, and then you guys would just start fucking talking, and that would be so exciting that you'd want to suck her pussy and vice versa.
Right.
All right, man. Good luck.
All right, man.
What do I know about getting laid? Jesus Christ, I can't even fuck my own wife. I tried to... Patrice O'Neill said to me the other night, have you ever tried threesomes? This is the kind of advice I get from fucking single people who think they're going to fix my marriage. Patrice says, why don't you introduce your wife into the idea of having a threesome? Like, we don't even have twosomes. Okay? I'm having trouble talking my hand into jerking me off right now. And I'm telling a guy how to talk to women in a bar.
It got a -1.
Oh,
no one. I've never been more humiliated in my life. The teacher didn't even yell at me.
I hate you.
Up, she was in bed.
I hate you for that now.
Isn't that horrid?
Retroactively, I hate you.
She should have thrown me out of class in a moment of glory. I should have went to see the principal, but instead she just looked up as if she pitied the unfunny nothing. Sophomore, a bunch of
Those are life decimating moments.
They are.
When you're.
Believe me.
I was in 4th grade and I had my pants were always split at the crotch because my mother shopped at King's department store, which isn't even a store anymore. King's department store.
Wow.
And so my pants were always split at the crotch, and I was in 4th grade. I'm eating snack time, and I had a boner, and I wasn't aware of it. Just this little pin pushing my undies through the hole in my crotch. And I'm just unaware of it. And this girl, Jill Cassavan, who was this sweet, like she was the one I wanted, she pointed at my crotch and went, and the whole class pointed and went,
oh, God, that's a hard one to live down.
That moment is me. That's who I am. I'm that guy. Defined, my whole life has been regret of that moment.
That's right up there with the guy that throws up or the girl that throws up in the cafeteria.
No, that's you. That's you then. I mean, even when I'm watching my daughter being born, the whole time I'm thinking, that was awful when my boner was sticking up. In the 3rd grade. That's how awful those moments are. Wow. Self-hate.
They carry on with you, your whole life.
Yeah. Mine's a little different than that, but
yeah, well.
One friend walks in and catches you doing something to another friend,
Laughs all around.
Yeah, a lot of laughs.
All right, listen,
that's simple.
we got Miss USA doing coke and kissing Miss Teen USA. What a great story.
That story gets hotter and hotter
by the day.
If that stupid Trump throws her out, I'll do nothing, but I just think it's a bad move.
I hope he doesn't. That would be hilarious.
He shouldn't.
Oh, we got the latest on that?
No one talks about Miss USA or none of these dummies, except for now everyone's talking about her.
Yeah, whenever there's controversy.
She should do coke.
She's been in bars that talking about her drinking before she was 21. She just turned 21, I think. And but when she was underage, she's drinking, smoking pot, doing some coke, a little promiscuity.
She was taking coke.
Certain liberties with the gentlemen.
She's from Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
What would be the point of being hot if you're not getting high and paid?
And she's a roommate with Miss Teen USA. And they had a makeout session.
Oh, my God.
So it just gets hotter and hotter.
Oh, my God.
This could be the best thing to happen to the USA pageant.
I think it's the best thing to happen in America.
Of course it is.
Listen to the dumb reporter, what they come up with here.
Crown glitter on each of their thighs.
I'd like to be a billionaire prince and just pay them so much money to have sex with them and then fart the whole time we're having sex. Like, I would just do that and they would have to keep going because I was giving them so much money. I would just fart and mumble whore and they'd have to smile and pretend it was fun.
Pretend?
Yeah. Hey, here's the latest.
The moment of truth is approaching for the young Miss USA, Tara Conner. She could hear this morning whether the pageant owner, Donald Trump, is going to say, "You're fired," forced her to give up her crown. And I have to give back the crown. CNN's entertainment correspondent Brooke Anderson has more. Oh, it has been an ugly path for this young lady.
It has been very ugly. You know, the allegations that have put Tara Conner in this predicament
Tara Conner.
are not pretty. Reports of wild nights out, reports that she hasn't shown up to engagements and appearances, and much, much more.
Why doesn't she make a funny example? She's going to use it like, Donald Trump may remove her crown a la Princess Diana.
How do they take this crap seriously?
I don't know.
Like, what big thing is Miss USA that she can't
The thing I don't
get
understand,
laid?
it's like with Britney Spears' vagina and Janet Jackson's boobs. This is what we're supposed to want from these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole point of Britney Spears is her vagina. That's the entire crux of her
Ground
existence.
zero.
And then we see it and we go, oh, faux pas.
Oh, what is she doing?
The whole point of a beauty pageant is that you wish you could have sex with those women. And then one of them kisses another woman and there's a problem?
Yeah. With who?
I don't understand.
The Britney Spears thing, it was the most downloaded thing on Google.
Yeah. We all want to, but then everybody publicly says, what's wrong with her?
Oh, look how
that really
she's
should have
fallen.
been the end of her career. Like, that should have, ta-da.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole point of her career.
Yeah, this is what you've been waiting for 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
But the whole point of her career is that there's just like swimming pools of sperm being dumped for her, in her honor. Every day. Teenage boys are masturbating to her face, voice,
stomach,
and stomach.
Likeness.
Guilty.
And then she shows the vagina and they, oh, hey.
Hey, what are you doing?
I wouldn't fault Tara Conner if she made out with Dakota Fanning. It wouldn't bug me.
I don't know how much of that made the air, because I'm sure Al is dumping out like crazy.
All right, Al.
All right, Al, you got all that. All right, here's more on Miss USA.
She just turned legal on Monday, celebrating her 21st birthday. But by many accounts, her partying began way before then.
She's been drinking really heavily, drinking in public. She was caught smooching Miss Teen USA at a club in New York City, and she apparently failed a drug test for cocaine.
Oh, my God.
All right, winner.
What's wrong with her?
That's basically a sophomore in college.
Yeah. She's acting her age.
Yeah, she's
is what
God
she's
forbid,
doing.
right.
But
Tara
no.
Conner is a Kentucky beauty queen. She began her pageant career at the tender age of 4. A year ago, she was a model / student / waitress. And on April 21st, she was named Miss USA 2006. She left her high school sweetheart and moved to New York City and wore her sash with pride.
With pride.
On the
I
subway?
really think the tender age of 4, there's something like pedophilish about
Yeah.
Yeah.
Began her beauty pageant career at the tender age of 4. Is that her right there?
They're like
She was
veal.
very
with that
delightful.
age.
Wow, that's how when she was 4?
No, that's a new picture, Jimmy.
She has like a little bit of a gut, though.
Jesus.
Dude,
She drinks a lot.
Picky.
what is that?
That's her hip bone.
That's gut. That's
hip bone.
She has a little,
Jimmy.
little seed belly.
That is
Fat
a,
belly.
where? In the middle or on the
I
side?
think
On the side is
awful.
on the side is a
swimsuit.
hip bone.
It's an awful little swimsuit thing she's
Yeah, she's
wearing.
not that hot. She has a dumb little fat part of her stomach.
Oh,
too. She
my
looks like me,
God.
like an appendix scar. Look at this. I have the same little gut she does. Little fat undershadowing. Can you take that?
What is
You know
wrong
what,
with
Jimmy?
you?
You do. You look just like her.
Well, just from that
Yeah,
part.
lift your shirt up again, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah.
Well, me.
That's I can't
Same
even.
belly. She does have a
that
little
sexy.
awning there, doesn't she?
Does it? Yes!
Yeah.
Oh, what's wrong with you
Miss
guys?
Teen USA's head doesn't get wet when it rains.
What do you want from women?
I don't know, just not a fat gut when you represent the whole country.
That's not
How
a
about
fat
that?
gut.
Let's do a Pilates, you slob.
Oh my God.
now she's a slob.
She's a slob.
Disgusted at her mediocrity. She should be thrown out of the pageant for
Oh,
her
my
pig
God.
stomach.
Because she gained a pound, right,
Exactly.
Jimmy?
Beat
Right?
Pig belly.
She stopped eating toilet paper and drinking coffee.
Throw up for America.
Yeah.
Here's the other
See?
shot.
You can even see a little bit on the side.
Yeah?
You see that little dent on the side?
But that's
I'm not a
the head.
perfectionist, believe
It's
me.
not a scratch on your Maserati. It's a woman with actual nutritionified woman.
Exactly.
As
Look
Marina
over here.
would say.
Look at the way the gut sticking out the
Nutritionized.
side there. Look at that.
You get a little picky there.
Trying to
Jimmy.
hide it with that frilly thing.
I'm not trying to hide it. I'm not getting picky.
She is.
She's Miss USA. She's supposed to be the hottest one. And
Yeah,
she's
but
a
that's not
pig.
doesn't make her hot to be a gross skeleton.
No, but
though.
how about not a gut hanging all over?
That's
her?
not. You're out of your mind.
Sloppy whore.
God hanging off.
Guys,
You would just tell her to go to hell.
No, I wouldn't. I'd have sex with her. I'd have brutal forced sex with her.
Yeah, that's what she's good for?
From the front and back.
Trying to work that gut off.
Yeah. Work off those.
All right, we got another story to get to before we get to the I Saw the Sign girl. Where is she, by the way? She's in the green room?
I said hello. She smells good.
She's warming up to do I Saw the Sign live for us?
Yeah, she's gargling with glass.
How did her stomach look, Jim?
Oh, she looked good.
She looked all right?
Yeah.
All right, here, we're going to get to her after the break there, Steve.
A Daytona Beach man is in jail this morning for strangling his grandmother with an extension cord she was using to hang Christmas lights. Police say he offered to help her put up the decorations, but police say he had an ulterior motive the whole time. Police say he strangled her and then slit her throat. A while later, family members discovered the body and ran for a neighbor for help.
Music and then
Hey,
the
honey,
thing.
let me-
Bow, bow.
You trim the tree.
Oh my God!
I like the fact that he strangled her and then cut her throat. He really hated that neck.
Oh,
There's something about that neck. He
neck
had
was
to end it.
awful.
What the hell did Grandma do to you?
He wanted blinking lights, and she wouldn't put the little thing in the
The
end. to
little
make him blink.
blinking bulb in.
See, both stories are great. I mean, originally, at first you picture that she's hanging them and saying something like, "These lights are hot," and he just shut up and he just strangled her. But
Yeah.
the idea that it was premeditated, he's like, "Yeah, go ahead, Grandma. I hang these.
Yeah, hang the lights.
Yeah, go up on the ladder. It's nice. It's
For a
Christmas."
neighbor for help.
If there is a God, then that dude is an asshole, which I know is not a popular belief, but I do think he's an asshole because every story, Abraham, he went to Abraham in the middle of the night. There's only like 8 guys then, and God would just once in a while, he'd just bother one of them. So God went to Abraham's house. He's like, Abraham, wake up, man. And Abraham was like, dude, what is up? What is up? And God goes, kill your son. Dude, kill your son. And Abraham's like, you mean Isaac? I don't know his name. Just kill him. Just kill him. Ah. I'm God. Kill him. And Abraham goes, why? Because you don't love me if you don't do it. You don't love me. Do it! So Abraham's like, dude, you are insecure. I don't understand you. But okay, fine. Goes, wakes up Isaac, takes him to a mountain somewhere. I don't know why he had to be all drama queen about it and take him to a mountain. Could have just killed him in the sleep and go back to sleep. But he took him woke the poor kid up, dressed him, took him to a mountain. Kid's like, Daddy, what are we doing? Oh, just gonna murder you. Goes like this. God shows up right before he does it. Goes, hey, what are you doing? This is in the Bible, I swear to God. Isaac and Abraham goes, I'm killing Isaac. And God's like, why would you? That's your kid. What is wrong with you? And he's like, and he just went home feeling like a piece of shit. That God is like a shitty girlfriend. You won't do it because you don't love me. Okay, I'll do it. Why are you doing it? What the do you want from me? But that's a sin, to say the Lord's name in vain. But you don't even have to say something that terrible. You can go to hell just for saying Jesus Christ with a tone in your voice. It's all the tone in your voice. That's the weird part. It's very subtle sin, because you can say, Jesus Christ, you're fine. But if you say, Jesus Christ, you go to hell forever. Just for saying it like that. There must be at least one dude who was right on the line. Who was like, Jesus Christ. And then he's in hell. He's like, seriously? For that? That's it? Seriously? It was a huge pumpkin. What was I going to not say anything? It's one of the top 10 commandments. It's in the 10 commandments to not take the Lord's name in vain. Rape isn't up there, by the way. Rape is not a 10 commandment. But don't say the dude's name with a shitty attitude. I think it's so unfair, though, to send people to hell for saying Jesus Christ, because it's just too satisfying. I don't know why that is.
but it just feels good. Oh, Jesus Christ, it just feels good. It cleans you out. I don't know why. What did folks say before that dude? How did anybody express themselves in a big moment before Jesus? Even the people that knew him. How did the people watching him be crucified, what could they even say watching that happen? They're like, that is bananas.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, I think abortion is, here's what I think. This is what I think. Here's what I think. I think you should not get an abortion unless you need one. In which case, you better get one. I mean, seriously. If you need an abortion, you better get one. Don't fuck around. And hurry. That's not getting an abortion that you need is like not taking a shit. That's how bad that is. It's like not taking a shit. That's what I think. I think abortion is exactly like taking a shit. I think it is 100% the exact same thing as taking a shit. Or it isn't. It isn't. It's either taking a shit or it's killing a baby. It's only one of those two things. It's no other things. So if you didn't like hearing that it's like taking a shit, you think it's killing a baby. That's the only other one you get to have. Which means you should be holding a sign in front of the place. People hate abortion protesters. They're so shrill and awful. They think babies are being murdered. What are they supposed to be like? I don't know, it's not cool. I don't want to be a dick about it, though. I don't want to ruin their day as they murder several babies all the time. I don't think it's killing a baby. I don't. I mean, it's a little bit killing a baby. It's a little bit. It's 100% killing a baby. It's totally killing a whole baby. But I think that women should be allowed to kill babies. That's what I think. They should be allowed to kill babies. Yeah. We kill babies! Do some shots and kill some babies. I killed like 4 babies last night. It was fucking retarded. I just think it has to be one or the other. You know, like when people say abortion should be legal, safe, and rare. Why rare if it should be legal? If it should be legal, it's shitting. If it should be rare, it's murdering babies. But again, women should be, because 2 reasons I think women should be allowed to kill babies. Number 1, I don't think life is that important. It's just not. It is not. People get too excited about life. Oh, life, fuck you. It's not that. It's. Make a list of every shitty thing ever that's in life. Life is okay. I like life. I like it. I don't need it. I'd be fine without it. I like life, though. I do. You know how much I like life? I have never killed myself. That's how much I like it. That's exactly how much I like it, with a razor-thin margin. I like it precisely enough to not kill myself. It's an option, though. It's totally an option. I mean, I'm 49. I have 2 kids. I've flipped through the brochure a few times. I've thought of killing myself just to win an argument. You're not supposed to talk about suicide, even to your shrink. Of suicide, and you're like, no, because if I say yes, you'll press a button and folks will run in and hold him down. But you should be able to talk about it. It's the whole world is just made of people who didn't kill themselves today. That's who's here. Is all of us that went, okay, I'll fucking keep doing it. It's because it's an interesting thing about life. Life can get very difficult, very sad, very upsetting, but you don't have to do it. You really don't have to do it. You don't have to do anything. You never have to do anything because you can kill yourself. If they send you a letter from motor vehicles, you have to come in and, no, I don't. I'll kill myself. You can do that. You can do that once. But you can do it. And it's interesting because even when life gets bad, people generally choose it over nothing. Even the worst versions of life, even a shitty, shitty life is worth living, apparently, because folks are living the fuck out of them. You ever seen somebody, you're like, he should kill himself. Why? You ever been driving and you look in the next car and you're like, oh, shit. I wish I hadn't looked in that car. That was difficult to glance at, let alone being it. Just a guy in a tan car. Nobody chooses tan. Nobody picks tan for their car. They give you tan. Is that mine? Yeah, it's yours, fucking loser. Made it tan. They shouldn't even make tan cars. It's mean to make them. You look over, you see a guy in a tan car with just dents all over it and a garbage bag for a window. What is holding up his suicide? What is delaying it? What is keeping him from stopping being that? And what would it take? What would it take? What would it take? Both windows are garbage bags? Seriously, do you know how much misery is involved in a garbage bag for a window? Do you know how many separate moments of shit misery? They canceled my insurance, broke my window, duct tape. Here's the truth. Running away will not solve your problems. That's totally true. But killing yourself solves all your problems. It actually does. It even solves world's problems. For you. What about ISIS? Kill yourself. Then they'll never get you. Seriously, if everybody who's afraid of ISIS kills themselves right now, then ISIS loses. Because they live in a world of people that don't give a shit. We're gonna cut his head off. Okay. It's not fun now. I think the worst thing about being beheaded is that you look really dumb right after. That's the worst part. They go like that, and you're like, just that's fucking dopey. I don't think they like beheading bald people because they can't do this thing. That's the best part. They gotta go like this. It's not as cool. So just shave the top of your head and you won't have to worry about it. So that's the first reason. That's the first reason I think women should be allowed to kill babies. Because life is not so important. Second reason is because that's their job. Women have to decide who lives and dies. That's because they're the female of the species. In the reproductive arena, that's what the female does. They are the selectors. They have to decide this. We give them this responsibility when we fuck them. We go, here, you decide what to do with this shit. See you later. And she has to figure out if you should have kids, if she should have. That's her job. Because women have judgment. Men have intent. Men just want to spray the world with their cum, just mist. More of me. More of me. It's her job to go, that's enough of you, I think. No, that's really enough. I don't think that face needs to repeat. I've seen your father, and it's not getting better. And sometimes she doesn't realize this until after you fuck her. That's actually when she really knows, is when you're like, yeah! And she's like, I'm not having this piece of shit's baby. And that's why abortion is the last line of defense against shitty people in the species. So we need them to abort every shitty baby. I mean, all animals do this. Animals do it late. Eat this one. But when is it okay? When should they be allowed? When it's in their pussy that whole time. It's in her pussy. If there's a dude in your pussy, you get to kill him. I think that's pretty fundamental. You're allowed to kill people if they're in your house. And I know it's upsetting because look, here's the thing, the Boy Scouts is a wonderful thing for kids. They go to the woods, they work together, they learn skills, they get in touch with nature. What could it be better for a boy than that? But some of those guys want to fuck the kids. I don't think they do it a lot. It's not like there's just a shitload of kids being fucked in the Boy Scouts. I think it's mostly that they find out that the guy wants to. I don't actually know though. I don't. Do you know why I don't know? Because I'm afraid to look it up. I'll go to prison for typing it into a Google. How do you solve a problem if you're afraid to fucking look it up? How many Boy Scouts get fucked on it? Oh, shit. Every time I move, I gotta tell my neighbors that I looked that up. Here's what happens. Every few years you find out there's some pedophile type people in the Boy Scouts, and then they announce, we got them all. We're good. And then a year later, well, there's a bunch more. What's going on here? At some point, you got to wake up to the basic fact that maybe the people who are best suited to give your kids these wonderful experiences are folks that want to fuck them. Maybe that's why they're good at it. Maybe that's, if you want that, that's where you go. Maybe that's just the way that goes. Who else would want to take a bunch of kids to the fucking woods? Who wants to take your shit kid to the fucking woods? You don't want to take them. Who else would want to do that except people that are barely containing that they want to fuck every kid in the face? That's why they're good at it. That's what makes them good at it. I'm not saying that all Scoutmasters are pedophiles. I might be saying that the best ones are. I might be saying that. That sounds right. So I don't know. You have to lose the whole thing. Just tell your kids. Some of those guys want to fuck you. Just be careful. Have a good time. Take the contribution from where it comes. Michael Jackson, wonderful music. Blessed us with wonderful music.
did some other things too. What's worse, a pedophile who makes beautiful music or one that doesn't? This is the choices. No pedophiles is not on the menu. So how have you all been enjoying living the way I already was for a couple of years before it all started? Welcome to my life. Can't work, can't go outside, can't show your face, gotta wash your groceries. Because I got cum on the groceries. That's why in my mind, that's what it means. Maybe that's what you were thinking, but.
Get angry. Everybody hates gay people. I never understood anger towards gay people because a person being gay doesn't affect your life. So it's weird to me that people just like, they're in their homes going, oh, people are gay. Damn it. What do you care? I can understand hating gay people if, say, like you're mowing your lawn and two guys are blowing each other right on the grass. And you're like, oh, I got to cut around you faggots every Sunday. I'm sick of this shit. Or say you're eating your breakfast in the morning and you're about to put your spoon in the cereal bowl and two guys touch dicks right in front of you. Hey, come on! I gotta get to work. I don't have time to dodge your dicks with my spoon. NPR. We always listen to NPR because we're better than you. And so we're listening to NPR at breakfast the other morning. And there's this one story where they kept using this phrase. They kept saying 9/11 deniers. They kept saying that. 9/11 deniers. And my daughter was like, what is that? And I said, well, it's a group of people that think September 11th was a conspiracy. And she said, oh, I thought they were saying 9/11 deniers. Yeah, she thought they meant 9 people who just ain't buying this 11 bullshit. Just a small fringe group, really. There's only 9 of them. But they still got on NPR, they got on the radio because they're dedicated. They protest every day. They're the 9/11 deniers. They're outside of the White House. It goes 10, 12, 13. Know it. We are the 9/11 deniers. We know that 11 is a bullshit number propagated on the people by the man. Why do we have 11 when we have 13 and 14 and 15 and 16 17, motherfucking 18 and 19, but we do not have a 1 team. What happened to 1 team? The government took 1 team and replaced it with some bullshit called 11. We are the 9 that deny that shit. Mr. President, give us back 1 team. I don't mean to offend any Chinese people with a stereotype, but... That's right, I'm Chinese, motherfuckers. I lived in Shanghai. I'm Chinese than a motherfucker. I'm a chopsticks and whatnot. All right. I'm sorry. Here's the thing. Stereotypes are harmful. That's the truth. But the voices are funny. And I don't know how to reconcile those two facts. I enjoy doing the voices, but they're offensive. So I do them at home. I used to do them for my kids when they were little. They liked them. They didn't know it was a race thing. They just enjoyed, Daddy, do the friendly man. You want me to be the friendly man, little girl? We love the friendly man. He loves little white girls too. Let's have some scrambled eggs. And then I grew up and I was like, don't talk about the friendly man. Maybe don't talk to your teachers about them. My kids go to public school in New York City, and all right, send your kids there then. Teach them that's what life is like. The teachers amaze me because I don't know. This is the worst. Here's the worst thing about this country to me is that there's no more noble profession than to be a public school teacher. It's easily. Please don't. You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like where it's going. I don't recommend clapping at any things. You'll regret it at the end of the thing. In a democracy, there's no more noble contribution you can make than to teach in a public school. And in this country, the people that do that, they're fucking losers. They're just rock bottom fucking losers. And everybody knows it, but they keep doing it. New people are teaching every day, knowing how shitty it is. They show up, they tell them ahead of time, hi, what is this job? And they say, okay, here's what we need you to do. We need you to make children know math. Wow. Do they want to know math? No, they don't want to know it. You need to make them know it against their will while they're exploding sexually and Who are these children? Just whatever kids live near the building. How much do I get paid? About $10 every 4 years. What if I get really good at it? What happens? Nothing. Nothing happens. Nobody notices, and you get fired, and you die alone. Okay, I'll try it for 25 years. My daughter's learning about Greek mythology, and she was asking me questions about it. She was like, Daddy, who's Achilles' mother? I said, I don't fucking know. Don't ask me that shit. I don't know who Achilles' mother is. Don't yell it out if you know it, please. It's Camp Amputees. Nobody cares what you know. She had a question about Achilles, and it was an interesting question, and I'll tell it to you. But first, the story of Achilles, real quick. Achilles was a baby. He was a Greek baby, and he didn't stay that way. But when he was a Greek baby, his mother, who was a goddess, took him into the river Styx, which is at Hades, the land of the dead, and she dipped him in the water of the river Styx because there was a magical quality to that water that it would make you impervious of any harm. You couldn't be hurt. It was like a shield, right? So she dipped him in that water to protect him. But she held him by the heel. That's the important detail. Held him by the heel, which is an awkward way to hold a baby. By the heel. Try holding a baby by the heel and dipping it in a river. You'll never see that baby again.
I lost the baby in the water. I was trying to wash him and he fell in the river. I'm sorry, Mr. Achilles, I lost your baby. You told me to hold him by the heel. He's asleep.
Achilles' mother's Mexican nanny. It's a lesser-known character in the Iliad. Anyway, his mother, she was able to hold on, of course, because she was a goddess. She was the goddess of grip or whatever, I don't know. And she held on. And then he was protected, except on his heel. His heel was not protected. And so that's what we call your Achilles heel, your one vulnerable place. Everybody's got their Achilles heel. Achilles' Achilles heel was his heel. Like literally. Anyway, so my daughter, here was her question. She said, how come his mother didn't just dip him again? She could have just dipped him one more time with the other leg in there.
Did she just like you're like a sign that says one dip per goddess? Did you ever color an Easter egg? It's not that complicated. You dip it, and then you hold it differently and dip it again. Smart kid. I was proud of her. But at the same time, I thought, who the fuck are you to judge this woman? It bothered me. Because here's what the story of Achilles teaches me, is that if you're a parent, it's never enough what you do for these motherfuckers. It's just never enough. It's still gonna be your fault. How much more do you want from a mother? She dipped her kid in magic water and protected 99% of his body. Is any of it up to him? He could have just wore a big shoe and be careful. But he goes out in sandals, fucking flip-flops, and a sword and fights the whole planet. I'm Achilles because my mother dipped me. Finally, somebody got him in the heel, and he's like, Mom! Thanks a lot, Mom!
I'm watching TV, and Tasha's making me laugh, so I wrote a tweet just saying, your show makes me laugh. And then I put it down, and then like 2 days later, I come home and I read these like bloggers and like Hollywood Reporter, Louis C.K. defends Daniel Tosh amid rape joke controversy. I had no idea. He got in trouble for making some jokes about rape, and I didn't know about it. And so I'm a defender of rape. That's what everybody says now. And I've read all this stuff like, shame on you, Louis C.K., and I'll never watch your show. You're a rape apologist. I've been called a rape apologist because I said hi to a guy. Because I said, hey, nice show to a guy who everybody was mad at. So
you really got here. You know the lesson here. Never go to Vermont.
No, it's dangerous. It's dangerously...
It's a dangerous place.
But here's the thing. This is like a fight between comedians and feminists, which are natural enemies. The biggest, easily... Because, stereotypically speaking, feminists can't take a joke. And stereotypically speaking, and comedians... See? And comedians... And on the other side,
I'm going to have a chopper for you to send you back to Vermont right after the show.
On the other side, comedians can't take criticism. Comedians are big pussies. Yeah. And they can't, so to one side you say, if you don't like the jokes, stay out of the comedy clubs. To the other side you say, if you don't like the criticism, stop Googling yourself every 10 seconds. Just nobody's making you read it. It's positive. To me, it's all dialogue is positive. Now, a lot of people don't feel that way. For me, any joke about anything bad is great. That's how I feel. Any joke about rape, Holocaust, the Mets, whatever. Yeah, any joke about something bad is a positive
thing. Have now crossed the line, mister.
But now, I've read some blogs during this whole thing that have made me enlightened to things I didn't know. This woman said how rape is something that polices women's lives, that they have a narrow corridor. They can't go out late, they can't go to certain neighborhoods, they can't dress a certain way, because they might get... Now, that's part of me now that it wasn't before, and I can still enjoy a good rape joke, so I have both of them. But here's the last thing.
I don't like the way that you evolve as a person.
No, it's not.
I don't like the way that you've come up with a way to grow as an individual.
No, it's not fair. It's not
Be the person that I knew 20 years ago.
I will. But here's the last thing I want to say about it. This is also about men and women, because a lot of people are trading blogs and things about this on the with each other. Couples are fighting about Daniel Tosh and rape jokes.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've been reading in blogs. But they're both making a classic gender mistake, because the women are saying, here's how I feel about this. But they're also saying, my feelings should be everyone's primary concern. Now, the men are making this mistake. They're saying, your feelings don't matter, your feelings are wrong, and your feelings are stupid. If you've ever lived with a woman, you can't step in worse than that, than to tell a woman that her feelings don't matter. So to the men I say, listen to what the women are saying about this. To the women I say, now that we heard you, shut the up for a minute. And let's all get back together and kill the Jews. That's all I have to say about
it. Send your complaints to Brian Williams, care of NBC. Louis C.K. airs on FX Thursday nights at 10:30.
Say, I'd like to be a better person. I would. I'd like to be a better person. And I think I'm getting worse as a person. Because as you get older, you start finding out, like, let me give you an example before I rented a car a couple weeks ago in Los Angeles, had the car for a few days, and then when I went home, I had to drop the car at the rental place. You know, you gotta go to the rental place that's off the airport, give them the car, give them your thing with the mileage, you gotta get on a bus, and then go to your terminal and check in. I was late, and I was worried about missing my flight, so I knew I had no time to do any of that. So I never did this before, I just drove my car right to the terminal, and just left it there. And I got on the plane. And once I was on the plane and I had a little moment, I called Hertz and I said, hey, listen, your car is sitting out in front of Terminal 4 and the keys are in it. So that's where it is. And the guy's like, you can't do that. You have to return it to this location and then get, and I go, well, I didn't do that already. And now I'm leaving California. So if you want your car, you need to go to that place where it is. And he was like, oh, Jesus, man. All right, we'll get it. And that was the end of it. And I realized I could do this every time. Every time I rent a car, because of course they want you to do all that shit. But if you don't, they still want the car back. They're gonna send a dude. You could drive a car till you don't want it. Just get out of it while it's moving and just walk away. Well, I don't feel like being in that car any longer. Just call Hertz. Hi, your car is drifting into the intersection of 28th and Broadway. If you're interested, it's now your problem. But see, this is a terrible realization. Because you should act in a way that if everybody acted that way, things would work out. You should, because it would be mayhem if everybody was like that. And most people kind of don't care. Most people are very selfish. Most people don't give a shit what happens as long as they get to do their favorite thing. People don't even want to back off from their favorite thing. They won't even do their second favorite thing. Like, you ever seen somebody like they're at an intersection and they want to make a left, but they're in the all the way right lane because they messed up. So now they're, okay, here's the guy. He's in the right lane, and there's a lot of cars, like 6th Avenue, like a lot of cars, and he wants to make that left. So what does he do? He just does it anyway. He just goes ahead and he just shoves his car through everybody's life without any... And everybody's beep, honking and outraged, and you always see the guy go, I have to. There's no other possible thing I could do. What else could I do except go up one more block and then go left and take 4 seconds? That's not my favorite way, though. That only meets 99% of my criteria. But I'm selfish. I would like to be a better person because I got kids, and I want to, pass on a better. But sometimes it's not clear what the right thing is to do. Like one time, I threw a candy wrapper on the street, and I didn't do it like, yeah. I just, yeah, take that shit, street. I did it because I was, like shaking. I wanted the candy. Anyway, I was with a friend who said to me, you just littered on the street. Don't you care about the environment? And I thought about it and I said, you know what? This isn't the environment. This is New York City. This is not the environment. This is where people live. New York City is not the environment. New York City is a giant piece of litter. It's like the giantest, next to Mexico City, the shittiest piece of litter in the world. Just a pussy, runny, smoking, stinking piece of litter. So if you have a piece of litter, what are you supposed to do with it? You should throw it on the pile of litter.
Because if you don't, if you put it in a receptacle, then it gets collected, and it gets taken to a dump and a landfill, and then or it goes on a boat, and it goes out and gets dumped in the ocean, and some dolphin wears it as a hat on its face for 10 years. This hat that never dissolves on its face. Oh. Jesus. I mean, everything that we introduce to the world is shitty. Meaning white people. Because I really think that white people are from like another planet. Because when we came to America, it was so nice. It was just Indians, and they weren't even Indians. We called them that by accident, and we still call them that. Like we knew in a month that it wasn't Indians, but we just don't give a shit. We never correct it. We came here, they're like, hi, and we're like, hey, you're Indians, right? And they're like, no. No, this is India, right? No, it's not. It's totally other place. You're not Indians? No. Ah, you're Indians. You're Indians for hundreds of years after. We ruined everything here. This was it was just coast to coast, just green and brown and beautiful. And all the humans were just walking around with painted faces, just walking, and they'd be like, ooh, that looks yummy, and then they just eat from the ground, and then they'd sleep on the grass, and they'd wake up and they'd fuck, and then they'd go for a swim and do a little dance. That was the whole continent, was just folks doing that. I mean, there was people in Mexico cutting off kids' heads and rolling them down the pyramid stairs. But that's always going on. What are you gonna, you can't do a whole lot about that. But I think we came from another planet, and the reason is because we don't like it here. I mean, why, if we're from here, if we belong on Earth, why aren't we comfortable on Earth at all? We need nice, smooth surfaces and right angles, and we need it to be cool and not too hot, that's just perfect. Like, when it's hot, why wouldn't we just, yeah, fuck it? Why wouldn't we be like that if we belong here? And it's weird because people that aren't, whatever you call there's environmentalists, and then there's people who are whatever, they just hate environmentalists. But that's what people get angry at environmentalists, because they think they're slowing down the economy and creating restrictions. And a lot of these people are Christian. A lot of these people are very devout Christians. And that's such a confusing thing to me, that if you believe that God gave you the earth, that God created the earth for you, why would you not have to look after it? Why would you not think that when he came back, he wouldn't go, what the fuck did you do? I gave this to you, motherfucker. Are you crazy? The polar bears are brown. What did you do to the polar bears? Did you shit all over every polar bear? Who did this? Who spilled this shit? Who spilled this? Come over. Did you fucking spill this? What is that? It's oil. It's just some oil. I didn't mean to spill. Well, why did you take it out of the fucking ground? Because I wanted to go faster. I'm not fast enough. And I was cold. What the fuck do you mean cold? I gave you everything you needed, you piece of shit. Well, because jobs. What is a job? Explain to me, what's a fucking job? You work at a place, and when people call when their game doesn't work, and you help them figure it out. What do you do that for? For money. What do you need money for? Food. Just eat the shit on the floor. I left shit all over the floor. Fucking corn and wheat and shit. Grab it up, make some bread. What are you doing? Yeah, but it doesn't have like bacon around it, and like I like when it has like bacon on it and.